No one in Red Creek had ever seen anything like it. She appeared at the end of the afternoon, crossing the desert like a mirage. She was too tall, not just tall like a large person, but immense, almost mythical. Her black hair fell like a living shadow over broad shoulders, and her steps left deep marks in the dry sand. Some swore she was an ancient spirit of the plains. Others said she was just an Apache woman, raised by the mountains themselves. Thomas Holley didn't believe in legends. His ranch stood isolated, far from town, surrounded by miles of cracked earth. When he saw the figure approaching, he grabbed his rifle, but didn't fire. There was something in her eyes that wasn't threat. It was exhaustion. She didn't speak much. She simply pointed to her dry lips and to the empty canteen hanging from her waist. Thomas hesitated. In that territory, helping strangers could cost dearly, especially if they were Apache. Tensions had been high for months. Cattle disappearing, fences cuchi, rumors of war. Even so, he extended the canteen. She drank as if she were draining the desert itself. Then she accepted the hard bread he offered. She didn't smile, didn't thank him. She simply placed her open hand over his chest, a strange, heavy gesture, and turned toward the hills. Before disappearing, she said only one sentence. "You will be remembered." Thomas laughed to himself when she vanished behind the rocks. But the next morning, the laughter died. The ground began to tremble before the sun rose. First like distant thunder, then like the world itself was galloping. He stepped outside with the rifle in his hands and froze. On the horizon, there wasn't ordinary dust. There was a wall of movement. Hundreds of horses. War paint reflecting the dawn. Spear after spear, bow after bow. Not 10, not 50. Hundreds. 200. 300. Maybe more. Apache warriors formed a perfect circle around the ranch. Silent, motionless, an overwhelming presence. Thomas felt cold sweat run down his back. He had given water to one single woman. Now he had an army at his door. At the center of the circle, advancing slowly, was her, mounted on a horse as large as her own legend. Stegazi. Commanding posture. She wasn't just a lost traveler. She was a leader. The warriors struck there, spears against their shields, in a deep rhythm that made the air vibrate. Thomas thought that would be the end. But then, something unexpected happened. She raised her hand. The sound stopped. She dismounted and walked to the ranch fence. Thomas kept his rifle lowered, not out of courage, but instinct. She spoke loudly, so all could hear.